So on my journey of making videos and sharing, I've received a lot of requests to talk more about celiac and my journey, and there's something that I want to explore that we'll see what comes out. I don't have any plans, I don't have any notes, but it's the idea that I've experienced, and a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people that reach out to me, that the biggest challenge with celiac many times might not be the physical challenges and the physical issues or problems, if you want to call them that way, or all the challenges that we face on a physical level. But what might be even more challenging might be the emotional aspect of celiac. And one thing that was huge for me, I made a video about the initial struggles of celiac, and that it got beautiful feedback, beautiful it resonated at a deep level with a lot of people, and I'm glad it did. And I will be sharing more about my journey and all the emotional aspect of celiac. But one thing that I want to start a conversation about is that I think one thing that's huge with celiac and autoimmune diseases and many conditions, and please know that I'm trying to bring an idea forward from a very compassionate place. I don't want you to be hard on yourself from what I'm about to share, because I was in that place for a long time, and it's not fun and it's not beneficial. Of course, everything has its benefits eventually, but it's tough to be in that place. But I think one thing that's huge with celiac is the victim mentality and the victimhood state of, I do believe, and I'm gonna make actually probably a full video on just that, but I do believe we all go through that in different areas of life and different levels, different stages of our journey, and I do believe it has a lot of benefits, which I'll explore eventually. But there's a lot of why me, why is this happening to me, why doesn't anyone get me, why doesn't anyone understand me, why doesn't anyone know what I'm going through. Why can't they be nicer to me? Why don't they realize that I'm going through so much pain? And many variations of those thoughts and feelings. And I spent many years, many years in a victimhood mentality and a place of always asking why me, and feeling like no one supported me and no one cares about me. Do I even matter? Why doesn't anyone care about what I'm going through, what I've been through, the challenges that I'm facing right now? And I remember it was beautiful, because life will find beautiful ways to wake you up out of a condition if you're ready for that. And it doesn't, even me saying like if you're ready for that is not a judgment. We all go through different stages, different journeys, very similar, but different journeys. So I'm not beating myself up thinking like, oh, why did it take me so long to learn that? It's okay, it was the right timing for me. And we were going to, my sister was studying at Cornell University in upstate New York, and I was in Massachusetts with my parents at the time, and my grandmother in Uruguay, she was in a very bad condition. She was actually dying. She was in the hospital. It was her last month on this beautiful planet, and I couldn't go visit her. for various reasons, and my mother couldn't go either. My sister, there was no way she could go at that time, with school and so many things going on at the same time. And my dad was able to go, and on my birthday, on the day of my birthday, on February 1st, my dad was gonna be in Uruguay, and I was going through so much internally of like, why is this going on? So much pain of like, it's my birthday, my family's all separated, right? My dad is in Uruguay, my mother's here with me, but my sister's in New York. And so we decided with my mother to go and visit my sister so that at least the three of us could be together. So we drove, I think it was like 5-6 hours, and spent my birthday there. But it was like a crappy experience for me. It was, all I could think about was my grandmother, also wanting to have my dad with me, wanting to do something maybe more exciting than just being in Ithaca, New York. No judgment, but there's not that much to do in the middle of the winter. Well, there is maybe, I don't know. But it was just a challenging experience for me. And when we were coming back on the drive, I was talking to my mom and my mother, and I told her, like, I started sharing with her all the things that I felt like I was going through, and even I had broken up with my girlfriend. I think it was about a year before that, maybe about a year, I don't know. But I was still healing a lot of that. In a way, I felt guilty, and there was so many things behind that, but it was my decision to break up with her. So I was talking to her, to my mom, and talking and deep in that victim mentality at that point. And then my mom, in a gentle, loving way, but in a way that sometimes we needed a little shake up and wake up call. And my mother, she said, but Gonzalo, please realize you're not the only one going through something. Right now your dad is in Uruguay because his mother is dying. And your sister's here in New York by herself while her grandmother's dying and going through all the other things she was going through. And she was like, and I'm going through this and that, and not even just trying to compare our journeys and compare our challenges, but just helping me realize, like, wow, I'm not the only one going through struggles. And she was like, and I know you broke up with your girlfriend, but it was your decision. Like, how long are you gonna keep talking about the situation the same way and being in the same place if it was your decision? And I could go much deeper into that specific one, but the way she shared everything, she was like, you're not the only one going through challenges right now. And at that moment, it was like something woke up in me and just something shifted. Like, it was fascinating because we don't need to compare other people's journeys and like, oh, he's going through more than I am, or she's dealing with way more than I'm dealing with right now. But it helps us to realize, I always talk about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes. And it's incredibly beneficial and helpful to realize that we all are facing something. We're all, quote-unquote, fighting a battle that other people have no idea we're going through. And it's beneficial to do both. It's beneficial to realize and honor what you're going through. Honor maybe the part of you that's going through so much pain. Maybe honor the part of you that feels like nothing's going your way and no one has your back, no one's there supporting you, and whatever you're feeling, honor that and be with that, and it's okay. It's okay. And at the same time, if we can take a little step back and maybe realize, like, wow, they're going through so much. They're facing so many challenges, because when it comes to, I started talking about celiac and now I feel like I'm kind of going different directions. But if you think about a disease, like I had those feelings with celiac, but someone on a hospital bed, maybe dying from cancer, on chemotherapy, they're gonna feel the same way. Maybe similar, it might be different, but it might be similar thoughts, similar feelings and emotions. I've had friends with cancer. I think someone that maybe just lost a limb, like, or people that were born without a limb, a specific limb, like, I can't even imagine what that's like. I can't even imagine maybe that feeling of like, why me? Like, why did I go through this? And falling deep in that hole of the victimhood state. And I think that's when we shift from, oh, me, why me, to a place of compassion and empathy for other people. And in that case, it helps you realize, like, wow, I'm going through this with celiac, or I'm going through this with this breakup that I went through, and I'm going through this with my condition. But other people are in so much pain as well. Other people are in so much pain that sometimes it just helps us to realize that. I might make an entire video on victimhood and all that, but I believe with celiac the challenges are actually equally physical and emotional. And sometimes the emotional, we go through phases that are the emotional challenge, an aspect of the condition. I don't like to call it disease. I don't know, there's a negative connotation to that, but the emotional aspects might be even more challenging, more but at the same time it offers a more powerful transformation. I see those kinds of challenges as an initiation, right? There's, in cultures way back a long time ago, there was a lot of initiation going from teenage years into adulthood, right? So there's that kind of initiation. There's this spiritual initiation that we'll go through. There's many different challenges, and I like to see things as an initiation. And I look back at my journey and realize, like, wow, in a way it's like, thank you, celiac. Thank you, celiac, for shifting me, helping me become the person that I'm meant to be. Thank you for molding me into the greatest version of myself, the person who I'm meant to be for myself and for others. And I think we can shift from victimhood towards compassion, empathy for ourselves and others. The amount of gifts that we get from that, it's incredible, unreal, more than we've ever expected. And I know that the years are gonna keep going by, and I'm gonna keep realizing and receiving the beautiful gifts that this has given me. But wherever you are on that journey, wherever you are on the stage of your journey, realize that there are a ton of gifts. There are a ton of blessings that come out of this. And I know that sucks when we're deep down in that hole. I know it sucks to hear that. But I just hope that maybe one thing that I shared in this video might help you shift a little more in that direction. And I'm going to share a lot more. I had a lot of resistance towards sharing more about my journey with celiac for a long time. But I believe there's very powerful things that I can share from my experience that hopefully will benefit you. And if you know anyone with celiac and you want to share this video with them, it will mean a lot to me. It will mean a lot for me to be able to help others going through similar challenges that I've gone through, that I'm going through. And if we can all help each other. It's a beautiful thing, because I do truly resonate with the idea that we are on this journey together. So I really hope that helps. If there's anything specific I can help with, please post it down below. If you can share the video, that would mean a lot. I really hope that helps. Have a beautiful day.